What's up, guys? This is actually take number 2, trying to record the kanji quiz. I had actually tried to record it about a week ago, but when I went to go edit it, the voice and the video were not in alignment with each other. I have a new laptop, and I tried using my new laptop to record the video because the camera looks really good in like the display. So I thought, no, it's not good for recording videos, unfortunately. So I'm back to the phone again. I am going to try recording it inside this time. The lighting isn't the greatest, but you're not here to see my face anyway. So let's get started with your JLPT in 5 kanji quiz. So here is how this is going to work. Basically, these are all multiple choice. Most of them are multiple choice. You will either need to figure out which kanji characters go with the hiragana, or you will need to find the hiragana that go with the kanji. Every word being used is an in-5 word. All of the grammar is in-5 grammar, but some of it you have not been taught yet. Don't worry though, any word that you have not been formally taught will have furigana on top of it. I am also going to tell you the meaning of the sentence in English because we are testing your kanji knowledge. That's what this is about. This is testing your kanji. It's not testing your vocab necessarily. A little bit, but not the focus. The focus is on the kanji. And again, I am also assuming that you have multiple sources for your Japanese. Not just me, but also maybe Duolingo. Although Duolingo's Japanese is not very good. Instead of Duolingo, I recommend Lingodeer. But if you're using Duolingo, that is fine. That's a great way to get some introduction vocabulary words. Very basic level Japanese, but they do have some. You can download an Anki deck. There is actually a Japanese from zero Anki deck that you can download for free to use to study vocabulary. Memorize is another good one that is completely free that you can use. Drops is my favorite. Drops is the best one for vocabulary. Not so good for grammar, but good for vocabulary. And it's free. And I love free. But the kanji we are testing today are only the kanji that you have learned in the first 4 lessons of the JLPT course. All of the kanji in red are kanji that you have been taught. These questions are very similar to questions you will actually see on the JLPT, and they are designed to be a little bit challenging. So, without further ado, here is question number 1. At the beginning of each question, I am going to pause so that you can take a minute and read the sentence, try to figure out what it means, and choose your answer. So, question number 1, pause. In English, the sentence means, it rained a lot Saturday morning, or on Saturday morning, it rained a lot. There are 2 kanji in this word, and you know both of them. The first one means earth or soil, and the second one means day. So Saturday is Earth Day, but how do we read the kanji? It is doyobi. Doyobi no asa. Saturday morning, 雨がたくさん降りました. It rained a lot. 雨 is rain, たくさん is a lot, and 降りました means it came down. Question number 2. This one has a red kanji and a pink kanji. The pink kanji will be in the next question, so don't worry about it too much yet. Focus on the red one. Going to pause. In English, this sentence means the sea in the northern country is clean and blue, or beautiful and blue. Technically, blue is first, so technically it's blue and clean as opposed to clean and blue. But blue and clean sounds weird to me for some reason, and I want to put clean first. Clean and blue, blue and clean. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying. Technically speaking, it is blue. Blue is first. Blue and clean or beautiful water. So, I will go ahead and tell you the meaning of the kanji that you don't know. The first one that you don't know is yumi, which means ocean or sea. And the second one you don't know is ao. You do know the word, you just don't know the kanji. It's the color blue. The two kanji that are in the red word are both kanji that you know. The first one is the kanji for north. Then we have the particle no, which is connecting it to the second kanji, which is country. So the northern country, because of that particle no. No is turning it into an adjective. The northern country. How do I say north? How do I say country? Has anyone played any Ni no Kuni lately? The second country? The answer is Kita no Kuni. Kita being north, Kuni being country. But I cannot read the sentence yet because we still don't know the pink kanji. So let's move on to question number 3. The meaning of this kanji is easy, but do you remember the reading? This kanji has 2 different meanings and both of them are listed as choices. But which one is the right one? The answer is mizu. This is mizu for water. So, all together we have Kita no Kuni no Umi no mizu. The northern countries, oceans, water. Aokute. This is the te form of the adjective ao, which means blue. We haven't learned the te form yet, but in this sentence, it's just making it like an and. We can use the te form to list adjectives. So, aokute, blue, and kirei desu. Kirei being beautiful, or clean, or pure. So, the sea water in the northern country is beautiful and blue. Or blue and beautiful, if you want to go in the same order as what is listed. Anyway, question number 4. This next question also has 2 different words that you need to know. The word in red on this page is a little bit tricky because it has 2 kanji characters. You kind of know the first one. We briefly mentioned it when looking at a similar kanji because this is a radical that is contained in a kanji that you do know. But we haven't formally talked about it. The second kanji in this word is the kanji that you need to know. So pause, try to figure it out first. In English, this sentence means, I will read a book by myself this afternoon. Or if I translate it literally in the same order as the Japanese, it is today's afternoon, I will read a book by myself. So, how do I say afternoon? It is gogo. Gogo. Now, let's look at the kanji for gogo. The first kanji you have seen before, it is contained in the kanji for year. When it's alone like this, it means horse, but not the animal horse. There is a different kanji for that one. This is very specifically the zodiac horse, which is in the 12th spot. And it represents noon. And then what does the second kanji mean? Do you remember? When it's by itself, we read it as ato. It means later. So this literally means noon later or afternoon. Gogo. Now, before I read the sentence, we have another kanji to look at. This one is both easy and also a little bit tricky. Take a look at the kanji characters first. The first step is to figure out what do they mean. If you can remember what they mean, that's half of the battle. Because if you know the vocabulary, then if you know the meaning of the kanji, you can put the two of them together whenever you're reading. The first kanji means one, and the second kanji means person. So if I know how to say one person in Japanese, and I know that these kanji characters mean one and person, then I can put them together. But do you know how to say one person or by myself? Because it also means alone or by myself. It is hitori. 今日の午後は一人で本を読みます. Today's afternoon, by myself, I will read. Number 6. Pause. In English, this one means that man came here yesterday. So, the kanji that we need goes with otoko. What does otoko mean in this sentence? And which kanji goes with it? It is this one. その男の人は昨日ここに来ました. That man, right? Otoko being male, no hito, that male person. That male person yesterday came here. That's how we read this literally. Moving on to number 7. In English, this sentence means, in here, there is a 30,000 yen watch. You do know all 3 of the kanji in red. They come together to make the number 30,000. So, how do I say the number 30,000 in Japanese? The answer is sanman en. San being 3, man being 10,000. 3 10,000s is 30,000. And then en, which is yen. They don't call it yen in Japanese. There's no Y. I don't know why we add a Y in English. There's no Y in Japanese. It's en. So, san, man, en. 30,000. For number 8, we have the second set of kanji in this same sentence. This one is watch. How do I say watch in Japanese? You do not know the second half of this kanji, but you do know the first half. It means hour or time. But we have been taught the word watch before. It was in the homework of one of the beginner course lessons. It's also a pretty common word that you will see in your language apps like Duolingo. So, how do I say watch? It is toke, toke. この中に. So, この中に. この中に. Inside here, 3万円時計があります. There is a 30,000 yen watch. Number 9. Pause. There are a few words in this sentence that you don't know yet. The first one being hana, which means flower. We have talked about the word hana before though, so it's not completely new. And then hon is a counter for long things. We did have a lesson on it in the past. In English, this means, because there is a party, I will buy 100 flowers. The kanji in red that you need to know means 100. This one should be a little bit easier, but be careful. Does it get a dakten? No, it doesn't. It's 100. 100. パーティーがありますから、花を100本買います。 Because there is a party, 100 flowers I will buy. Number 10. Pause. This one means at around 6 o'clock, I called my professor at the university. Daikaku means university or college. You probably know what sensei is, especially if you watch anime, but it means teacher or master. And then denwa means phone. So the kanji in red that you need to know means 6 o'clock. You do know both of these kanji. The first one is 6. The second one means hour or time. So the 6th hour is 6時. 6時頃. Around 6 o'clock. 大学の先生に to my university professor. 電話をかけました. I called his phone. Number 11. My sister has been working at a bank since this year. You do know the word ane, but you don't know the kanji necessarily. I showed you the kanji, but I didn't teach it yet. But you should be at least familiar with it. Same thing with genko, which means bank. And then we have tsutomete, which means to work or be employed somewhere. The word that you need in red means this year. Don't let it trick you. Remember how I went on a big spiel about how I don't like this word because I want it to be a different word, but it's not. It tricks you. Don't let it trick you. Think about it. What is this word in Japanese? Is it kyonen? No, it's not. Don't let it trick you. It's not kyonen, even though kyo means today. It's not. It is not. It is kotoshi. Kotoshi means this year. Watashi no ane wa, my older sister, kotoshi kara, from this year, ginkou ni tsutomete imasu. At a bank, she works. So she has worked at a bank since this year. Number 12. Pause. This one is pretty easy. All of these words are fairly easy. In English, it means I wrote a letter to my friend yesterday. The word that you need to know means friend. Which one is it? It is tomodachi. Tomodachi. Kino. Yesterday, tomodachi ni, to my friend, tegami o kakimashita. A letter I wrote. I went a little easy on you for this one because technically you actually know every kanji in this sentence. The first kanji is now and month, which means this month. It is kongetsu. Then we have the kanji for 7 and day, which means the 7th day of the month. And it's nanoka. Then we have a day of the week. Which one is it? In English, this sentence means the 7th day of this month is a Thursday. So the word you need to know is Thursday. Which word is it? Mokuyobi. Mokuyobi. Let's see if we can pick up the pace just a little bit. In English, this sentence means every day after dinner, I watch TV for about 2.5 hours. There are lots of words in this sentence that you need to know. The first one being every day. You have not learned the first kanji yet, but you do know the kanji for day. That does give you a hint. And that happens sometimes where you'll see a new word and it will have a kanji that you don't know. But if you know some of the other kanji that are in the sentence, you can still kind of figure out what the word is. So knowing that this word is every day and the second kanji is day, one of the common readings for this is nichi. So this is mainichi, mainichi, every day. Then we have this one again. This is the second time that you've seen it. This time it's all by itself. So this is the other reading of this kanji. It means later. And it's read ato. And finally, for this one, you know the first two kanji. The second pair of kanji you don't know. The one that looks a little bit like a gate means like a period of time. The first one that looks a little bit like a gate is a period of time. And the second one is half. And it's symmetrical. So you can think of it as being like if you cut it in half, you have two equal halves. That's how I remember it. But it means half or 30 minutes in this case, right? It's 2.5 hours. The kanji that you need to know are the first two. 2 and hour. If you know that 2 hours is niji, then you can figure out which of these answers is correct, even if you don't know the second two kanji. It must be nijikan han, because it's the only one that has niji in it. You have to apply some test-taking skills when you're taking the JLPT. Your number one enemy on the JLPT is time. So, test-taking skills do play a factor in how well you do. You can and should be using the process of elimination to your advantage. Okay, pause for the next question. This one means that girl was born in another country or a foreign country. The word in red that you need to know is girl. You do know both of the kanji here. The first one is the kanji for woman. The second one is the kanji for child. A woman child is a girl, and it is onanoko. But there is another kanji in this sentence. This one means foreign country or outside country. You don't know the first kanji, it means outside. But you do know the second one, and it's actually the second time that we have seen it during this quiz. The first time it was read as kuni. This time it has a different reading. It is read koku. So this word is gaikoku. Gaikoku is an outside country. That is why a gaikokujin is a foreigner. We are often called gaijins as a sort of shorthand of that. Some people take it offensively. I don't. It's not meant to be used offensively. It's just they're not used to seeing foreigners. It's no different than us saying, oh, that person is Asian. I don't mean offense when I say that that person is Asian. They don't mean offense when they say that I'm a gaijin. It's just a shorter way to say gaikokujin. It's just short. But there are all sorts of different opinions on that, and I'm not going to get into that today. But the answer for this question is gaikoku. Gaikoku. Pause for the next question. This one means I ate a 1,000 yen fish at the restaurant. If you're not familiar with Japanese yen, that might sound like a lot, but actually it's cheaper than an American fish meal, or roughly the same depending on what restaurant you go to. But in general, I would say it's cheaper. This is cheaper than a standard meal would be at an American restaurant. If I were to get salmon or something, it's actually quite cheaper. It's roughly $6 and like 80 cents, something along those lines. So very, very cheap. Not expensive at all. But how do I say 1,000 yen? It is sen-en. Next question. Pause. This one means the western sky turned red, or it became red. Probably because the sun is setting. But how do I say west? The western sky became red. It is nishi. Nishi. Nishi no sora ga, the western sky. Sora is sky. If you've played Kingdom Hearts, Sora's name means sky. It's the same kanji. Then they took the word aka, which means red. We had to put it in the ku form so that we could add narimashita. Akaku narimashita means it became red. We are almost done. The next question means the flowers in April are beautiful. So, knowing that the first kanji means April, and it doesn't mean 4 months, how do we read this kanji? That's a little bit of a tricky one. The months are tricky. The context is very important because they can be read in multiple ways depending on how it's being used in the sentence. In this one, it's the name of the month. It's the name of April. So which one is it? April is 4月. 4月. 4月は花がきれいです. Right? The flowers are beautiful in April. This next one is a little bit long, but you can do it. I want you to try to read it. Try to understand it on your own. And then when you do read it and you do understand it, pat yourself on the back because this is a big sentence and you read it in Japanese. That means you can speak a little bit of Japanese and you should be so proud of yourself. So go ahead and pause the video. Take a minute. Take as much time as you need. Really digest it and think about what is being said. And remember, try to translate it as you go. Don't wait until you get to the end of the sentence and then try rearranging the words. Read it as it is. You can do it. In English, the sentence means, because I only had a little rice, I ate it all in 3 minutes. Gohan wa. Gohan means meal, but it also means rice. In this sentence, it means rice. Sukoshi dake de. Sukoshi means a little bit, and dake means only. De is a particle, and then shitakara, because I had. Because I only had a little rice, that's the first half of the sentence. 3分. Remember that this has to have a maru, a circle. 3分で in 3 minutes. 全部食べました. 全部 means all of it, and 食べました means I ate it. So, because I only had a little rice, I ate all of it in 3 minutes. The very last question does not have a multiple choice. I'm going to tell you what it means in English, and I want you to try and think about what the word might be in Japanese. Then I will reveal the furigana that is missing. This means, please call me next Friday. The first 2 words are next week. You've not learned the kanji for week, but we did talk about the dates back in the beginner course. How do I say the next one? The next week. It is 来週. 来週. Next week. So, what about Friday? How do I say Friday? Friday is the gold week. It's payday. That's when we get paid, is on Friday. That's how people used to get paid. I think people get paid all throughout the week at random times. I get paid once a month because I'm a teacher. So, not everybody gets paid on Friday, but once upon a time, everybody was paid on Friday. Friday was payday. So Friday is gold day. So, how do I say Friday in Japanese? It is 金曜日. 金曜日. 来週金曜日に電話をください. Next week's Friday. My phone. Please call. And we are all done. How did you do? Did you do well? If not, don't worry about it. We have lots more to come, lots more to practice, and more words to learn. Don't give up. Keep studying, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.